Right, it's time for sports, and Nathan Lelato has joined me, and he wants to take me on an arm wrestling match.
Yeah, Israel, good to see you. Welcome back from London anyway. You know, the last time we met, we had to do a press-up challenge.
Yeah.
And you did 3 more than I did. So this time, let's see how it goes. Arm wrestling.
Okay.
Okay, great. Okay, we don't have any official here.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So let's go.
Okay. Okay. Israel, you need to loosen up a little bit. Okay, so this one is called Down But Not Out. But let me tell you about the Ghana Arm Wrestling Federation. Yeah, sure. The Ghana Arm Wrestling Federation, after 16 medals, just ended 10th Africa. Decided to unearth young talents them for future competitions. Now, the president of the Ghana Arm Wrestling Federation, Charles Osei-Sibe, made this revelation earlier today in an interview on Pulse Sport.
To Africa, I mean, we've done Africa 3 years, and we strategically have decided to unearth young talents and take them into Africa. You and I understand that the future is in the young talent, so that's what we have to do. Now, we went with some 16-year-olds, 2 of them, and they won double gold for us. The plan is that we prepare them from this age. By the time they get to the top, they're already world champions. So we would have to work with the schools, that's senior high, GES. We need to work with them, we need to work with the communities, and then get the young talents to be able to play. Now, we want to concentrate on girls pullers. We want more girls to do pulling, and then technically, the physically challenged are good at it.
I see.
Especially those on wheels. They have natural power in the arm. So we want to take advantage of girls, young boys and girls, and then physically challenged. It is why Egypt was able to beat us. They brought 3 disabled athletes, and all of them won double gold, double gold, double gold. It is why they were able to beat Ghana to, the 3rd position. Otherwise, we would have been 2nd, they would be 3rd. But they brought para-athletes, we didn't go with para-athletes.
Wow. Let's talk about the summer transfer window. And Frank Lampard wants Callum Hudson-Odoi, the Ghanaian-born player, to stay on at Chelsea.
Callum, of course, I want him to sign and stay here. I said it before I came, just talking generally. I said it when I first got here. He's a player that's come through the academy. He's a player that I think can be a big player for Chelsea and for England. And we, as a club, as a whole, want him to stay for sure. And I think he knows, hopefully, that he has a manager here that will want to work with him to improve, and that takes hard work. Nothing's given, especially when you're 18 years of age. But with all the attributes that Callum has, of course, we want him to come through at Chelsea and be a big player for us. The decision and the story was made before I got the job. The transfer ban is here, so it's probably a waste of my time to think too much about what could have been or what should have been. My job is to have absolute belief in the players, and that's what I think the week's training has started to give me, because I can see quality and attitude through the squad. And when you know where you're at, it absolutely hones in probably what's important, which is the club together, players and staff and fans and everybody, giving everything to improve daily, to improve game by game, because with the squad we have, for sure, we can be really competitive this year. So.
Well, all of this forms part of the initiative of Frank Lampard to have more youthful players at Chelsea in the upcoming season. Let's now talk about the more established ones. Now, Paul Pogba, Romelu Lukaku, and Neymar have joined their respective clubs for pre-season training. We bring you a report on these 3 big names.
Paul Pogba and Romelu Lukaku took part in Manchester United's training on Tuesday, a day before the club is due to play in a pre-season friendly in Perth. Both players were linked with moves away from Old Trafford during the off-season. Manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is set to hand goalkeeper David De Gea, defenders Eric Bailly, Victor Lindelof and striker Lukaku their first pre-season appearances in the match. However, De Gea's backup in goal, Lee Grant, is not yet fit enough to feature, while defender Luke Shaw may not be risked after feeling a tightness in his hamstring. Meanwhile, in Paris, Neymar arrived for training at PSG on Monday, his first appearance back at the French champions since the club publicly condemned his absence from their first day of pre-season training last week. Paris Saint-Germain said they would take appropriate action after he failed to appear. Neymar, who was getting back to full fitness after an ankle injury ruled him out of Copa America, took part in a gym session alongside fellow teammates. He was banned for 3 games for lashing out at a fan during the French Cup final defeat to Rennes, and he will also miss 3 European games for insulting officials following PSG's Champions League defeat against Manchester United.
Well, let's talk about the just ended Wimbledon Tennis Championship. Now, the strength definitely does lie in Eastern Europe. Now, Novak Djokovic and Simona Halep have been honored after the sterling performances in the men's singles and ladies singles finals. Remember that Djokovic and Roger Federer played out what is now one of the longest running finals in the Open era history. Also, Simona Halep defeated the legendary Serena Williams to win it.
Wimbledon men's singles champion Novak Djokovic admitted that he was on the back foot against Roger Federer in their epic 5-set final on Sunday. Djoko battled past Federer in a thrilling finale that lasted just shy of 5 hours. Federer had served for victory at 8-7 in the deciding set, but Djokovic saved 2 championship points before sealing the win.
Well, I had to have pretty good defense today because, for most of the match I was on the back foot, to be honest. I wasn't serving my best, and Roger was dictating the play from back of the court, and so I fought. I fought a lot, and I spent a lot of time during the match quite far behind the baseline. But I'm accustomed to that. I'm used to it.
Djokovic has now won 4 of the last 5 Grand Slam tournaments, taking his overall tally to 16 as he edges ever closer to Federer's record of 20. Djokovic has dreamt of winning Wimbledon since he was a young boy.
I used to make this trophy with improvised material in my room when I was 7 years old, and kind of visualized myself as a winner. And when that dream became reality in 2011, just before the first finals, actually, I thought, in case I win, what is it that I should do? And it has to be special. So I was not really creative with the ideas, so I just thought of eating the grass, and so it stayed.
Simona Halep won her 2nd Grand Slam title on Saturday after beating former world number 1 Serena Williams in straight sets. The 27-year-old produced an incredible performance, beating Williams in just under 1 hour, also only making just 3 unforced errors throughout the match.
Unbelievable feeling, first of all, because actually it was a little bit too big to dream that I can win Wimbledon in one day. But my mom said a few years ago, actually about 10 years ago, that if I want to do something nice in tennis, I have to play the final in Wimbledon. So just to play it. So if I won, it's even bigger. So I'm really happy, and it's something special for my career and my life that I could win Wimbledon.
Well, the Romanian and the Serbian enjoying all of the glory at Wimbledon. And of course, the thing about, picking the grass and chewing it, well, the GOAT, greatest of all time, enjoys grass. Well, he's not yet there. He needs to improve on the numbers of Wimbledon titles before, he could just get there. Let's talk about the sad bit of sport in the last 48 hours. And friends and fans of Pernell Whitaker, the International Boxing Hall of Fame inductee, have continued to remember the boxer, some hours after his sad demise following an accident where he was hit by a car.
Actions from fans and friends following the death of former boxing champion Pernell Whitaker after he was hit by a car in Virginia continue to pour in. Virginia Beach police say that the 55-year-old former boxer was a pedestrian when struck by a car. The former Olympic gold medalist and welterweight champion was regarded as one of the greatest defensive fighters ever. Sweet Pea was Whitaker's nickname, and it fit perfectly. He was a master of hitting and not getting hit back, a southpaw who slipped in and out of the pocket and rarely gave an opportunity to the opponent to land a clean shot. He trained at Waring's gym in Virginia Beach, where he trained under Bob Waring, whose brothers, Tony and Mike, continue to manage the gym.
He had a vision of what he wanted to accomplish with the fight, because we would study his opponent, and he had a vision of what he wanted it to look like. And daggone, it wasn't pretty daggone close. And so I call him an artist in the ring. Gosh, as a person and a craftsman, I just think he's a champion. I can't describe it in any way, and I think it's an admirable goal to be a champion. I think we enjoy champions, and he was truly a champion, and he may have not been accepted in everybody's eyes, but he was true to himself and true to his friends and family.
All right, so many more tributes pouring in, and of course on the sports page of myjoyonline.com, Ghanaian international WBC boxing judge Atta Eddie Papo also has paid glowing tributes to the boxer. He's been talking about, the experiences with this great boxer, Pernell Whitaker. And of course, Ghanaians always would want to remember him for that bout against Azumah Nelson, where the legendary Azumah Nelson lost to him. And of course, he describes the man Pernell Whitaker as one of the finest boxers that he's ever seen in his over 40 years of being a boxing referee judge, officiating many boxing bouts of high, rating and of repute. So that's how we wrap it up here on sports on Joy News Prime. There's more. You stay right there. My name is Nathaniel Atto, and I have love for sport.